SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we've got an update out of T-Mobile. It's a big-time network update. Very cool, interesting, cutting-edge tech. Something that I personally am very excited about. You'll probably be excited about this too, but I think it's more application-based. I think more of the enterprise, small business. But I think consumers getting access to this stuff is important too, and kind of knowing what's coming down the pipeline, you know, for when they get access to services from like companies like Dialpad, Google, WebEx by Cisco, Zoom, and other applications. Anyways, let's cover all the details in this news article and this release from Fierce Wireless. I'll link it for you. It'll be in the description. Also in the description is the real SMT Buy Me Coffee link. If you want to support your creators directly and show your appreciation for the content here on the channel, you can buy us a coffee. The link is in the description. There's other ways to support us too. They're all down there in the description box. And if you're looking for great T-Mobile access at a great price, get it from our partner, Mint Mobile. Use our partner link, mintmobile.com/sneed, and take advantage of their great deals. I still see deflation promo pricing going on, so take advantage of those deals. Get that great value, legendary customer care, and you'll be supporting the channel. All right, so T-Mobile looking to be the first to market with network slicing. This would be huge. They're giving beta developer access to specific places, specific developer teams. Looks like, while T-Mobile is running two versions of its 5G network, it's got the NSA or non-standalone 5G, which utilizes an LTE network core, a network connectivity for, connection to the network. And then you got the 5G SA or standalone, which means you don't need LTE. It's operating on a fully integrated 5G network core, no LTE required. And that being the case, they can kind of get out and ahead of this. What T-Mobile has done so far is they've given iOS developers in specific locations, noting Seattle and San Francisco, the ability to test, utilize, fiddle with their network slicing capabilities through the OS system. And they're hoping that comes, I guess, to Android very soon. They're saying later this year. So you've got big tech now getting involved. This is something we've talked about for a while. We knew that while 5G's first use case appears to be fixed wireless access, 5G home internet, and the mobile user, it's really about, the enterprise. It's really about, unique use cases and applications for consumers to leverage. All right. So, one of the things I saw there listed was Zoom, and then you have like WebEx by Cisco and Google Meets and all these other things. They need a certain standard of uplink throughput and latencies for them to be, flawless, especially when you start looking at AR and VR applications. But video calling on LTE, in my opinion, has been decent in some ways, but it's also, especially for T-Mobile, in my experience, it has not been great. So I would be welcoming to network slicing for video calling on the T-Mobile network, because it has to be better than whatever the hell they're doing currently with NSA and LTE. It's just not very good. And again, I don't know if that's, market related or if it's whatever configurations they have, but I can tell you there are some things that if T-Mobile is going to, look at this use case of video calling, they've got to create a more redundant network. They've got to get a tighter tower grid. They're going to have to obviously embrace the grind and just get more cells out, whether it's split cells, or cell splits with macro sites or small cells. They're just going to have to do more of that. They've got to get a tighter tower grid, and the issue with T-Mobile doesn't really seem to be downlink speeds. I think their downlink speeds are phenomenal. I think really what they need to pay attention to are peer agreements, the routing of their network traffic, the operations of their core. I also think the uplink needs to improve. Sometimes I feel like the jitter and the latencies when they're loaded are kind of problematic. We've seen, T-Mobile Home Internet have problems with that. I think those are the types of things that with this, access, T-Mobile can learn a lot about their network and what they can do to improve it for these, these tech companies and these big corporate 5G use case potentials. So this is really big. This is going to be very important for T-Mobile. It'd be great if they could kind of get on the cutting edge of all these features like network slicing and become the name in the game for it. Because like right now, when it comes to network reliability, those types of descriptions lean more towards Verizon and even AT&T, less so for T-Mobile. So they can get out ahead in these things, really fine-tune their network, make it more reliable, give it kind of this customizability with network slicing, and really create some unique access for these companies. And then they become the name of the game in the 5G standalone operations and technologies, right? So that's what I'm kind of hoping happens. We shall see. All right, they've got to address, they got to get 10 gig fiber circuits across the country. They've got to get a tighter network grid. They've got to get more of their spectrum on air. One of the things I've learned about N41 with 5G UC is the uplink sucks. Once you have some kind of distance from tower sites, so they're going to have to create a tighter tower grid. They got to get their C-band and DoD on air. I think that helps with uplink quite a bit. Cleaner spectrum, better propagation characteristics on massive MIMO and those types of things. They need to execute in all those areas. So this is a work in progress, more on the cutting edge, but exciting nonetheless. Tell me what you guys think about this networking development for T-Mobile. You excited about network slicing? You excited to see T-Mobile kind of becoming maybe the lead name in this type of feature set? It is exciting, I will tell you guys. This is the stuff that gets me stoked, but love to hear what you guys have to say on this. Hashtag T-Mobile, hashtag 5G for all the real ones. You know what I'm talking about. And comment down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.